Welcome back to the Cartoon History channel, and this is the Cartoon History YouTube channel, and this is Facts Friday 14, NSFW Nicktoon Moments. First NSFW moments I'm going to talk about are the show Ren and Stimpy, but mainly Ren's mistreatment of Stimpy. He beats him up and yells at him on a regular basis. Now granted, the character Stimpy is kind of a doofus, but it's definitely NSFW the way he treats him. So a lot of adult humor in between the two characters and on the show that's very NSFW. Like that scene where he says, "Hey, this is private," and they're in the closet together. Ren and Snippy, but Ren's cousin and Snippy. When Ren's at work, they're at the house playing with things and being goofballs together. And in that same episode, he comes home and loses his crap and ends up just peeing on their favorite game called Don't Whiz on the Electric Fence. That blows up, and then they go to the fiery underworld, where he says, "You whizzed on the electric fence, didn't you?" Invader Zim is another example of a Nicktoon that had NSFW humor in it. One example of an episode was one where they were getting physicals, so he harvests the insides of other people, and then you see him slurping out intestinal tracts out of his mouth. Invader Zim Show is another show that has a few episodes that are that way, as well as the one I mentioned. But the whole show is NSFW. Was My Life was another NSFW Nicktoons show that had its moments. For instance, they had a restaurant called Choky Chicken, and Filbert, Heifer, and Rocco were playing a board game called Spank the Monkey. There are a few SpongeBob scenes that were NSFW back then, but didn't get banned until the Me Too movement. One in particular. There's one scene that didn't get banned in another episode. In our earlier gag, SpongeBob says to Patrick, "Your genius is showing," and he grabs his crotch. Well, what does the word genius rhyme with? And then a gag at the very end of Midlife Crustacean when they do a panty raid at his mom's house. That was banned because of the Me Too movement and the suggestive nature of that. SpongeBob joke that was NSFW is he's talking about all his assortment of pencils at boating school, and then the irritated student at the side beside him says, "I think it goes and stuck inside your," and then it cuts away. There was the scene where Gary sees SpongeBob watching TV, and it was clearly a reference to a belly dancer or some sort of like that. And then he says, "Oh, Gary, I was looking for the sports channel." Classic cover up. And in the SpongeBob movie, the original one, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, there is a clear reference to Patrick and SpongeBob that went over teens and kids' heads, but to Patrick and SpongeBob at the Goofy Goober Nut Bar, clearly getting drunk on ice cream. Speaking of using ice cream as a metaphor for that, in the second segment to the big question and the big answer, when Filbert and Heifer and Rocco are having his ice cream bachelor party, they crash the plane in of the ice cream place in Rocco's yard. Heifer, when he's outside of the plane, he says, "I'm gonna have a little more hair of the dog," which is a drinking reference. If you like today's video, join me next Friday for Facts Friday 15, the NSFW on Cartoon or Cartoon Network Cartoons shows. And tell me in the comments what shows you want me to do on Facts Friday 15. And also, if you like today's video, remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and tell me what you think about the video. And hit the bell so you always know about my videos every Friday and Saturday at 3. And follow me on my Cartoon History other social media platforms. I've got 2 Instagrams, Cartoon History Channel 1 and Cartoon History Channel 2, and a TikTok. And for more cartoon history, I also have a Facebook group called the Cartoon History Channel Group.